All right, folks, here we go. We are live. Let's get it. All right, let me start you off with one of my tracks. How I do it, you already know. Let's go with Lemons today. Let's go with Lemons, yeah.
Yeah. Just wait.
Just wait.
Lemons to lemonade, got this pandemic, but I squeeze some better days. Got me to pass the pay, fuck all the miles we lose when we trade. Yeah, do what I want all day, checking the boxes to make me self-made. This is no love song, I shit on you niggas for living your life wrong. Fuck up on me and you know that I'm gone, increasing investment, my money is grown. Beef to the left like I do to her thong, this is a new life, ain't do this too long. Everyone did it like Fivio, I had to hop on this wave when it's critical. Y'all niggas don't have no principles, drill on this beat, I'm invincible. Borrowed a sound, but made it original, fuck all your hype, you selfish, you cynical. Based it off facts, I keep rap clinical. Hate imitate, they do it identical. Fuck your job, nigga, fuck that interview. We moved on, nigga, no longer into you. Priorities, deed, no actions. Save your lives for gram captions. They don't love you, they love capping. Niggas wake up and start acting. Used to the swag, you jacking. Sucking mad dick, you gagging. Headed to space, but you are not part of my faction. Looking at me, she said guarantee satisfaction. I just started this shit and I already gained traction. Lemons to lemonade, got this pandemic, but I squeeze some better days. Got me to pass the pay, fuck all the miles we lose when we trade. Yeah, do what I want all day, checking the boxes to make me self-made. This is no love song, I shit on you niggas for living your life wrong. I live in my truth, you pussies got no heart, you fight in a crew. Can't throw a punch, so you fight in a group. If I catch him solo, it's over for dudes. Yeah, lay hands on you pussies, I'm beating it up. You not boys in the hood, you like men to boys. I'm trucking you niggas with ease like Grunk. Open your mouth in the curb and stomp. I got the gloves like OJ, look, anybody can get it, I don't play. When I say let's go, she say okay. Force you to grow like Rogaine. I can't wait till I blow like propane. Y'all can't wait for this blow like cocaine. You are not part of my age group. My intelligence coming to save you. Lemons to lemonade, got this pandemic, but I squeeze some better days. Got me to pass the pay, fuck all the miles we lose when we trade. Yeah, do what I want all day, checking the boxes to make me self-made. This is no love song, I shit on you niggas for living your life wrong. Fuck up on me and you know that I'm gone. Increasing investment, my money is grown. Beef to the left like I do to her thong. This is a new life, ain't do this too long. Niggas love beef, but I eat poultry. Flying V, mighty deep birds approach me. Flocking and stalking, but no distance closing. It's all on the table, my will I'm imposing. Some of you niggas is lucky to know me. I'm also lucky to know some of you niggas. Only the niggas that's keeping it triller. Extending your power can only get bigger. We kept the planet when we come together, but still don't need no when we go with the ladder. Been grow solo, my pockets can only get fatter. You niggas love talking, I'm not with the chatter. Shut the fuck up, your opinion don't matter. If Shorty is taking the pussy feels better. Shorty is money, so I'ma go get her. Yeah, I'ma go get her. Lemons to lemonade, got this pandemic, but I squeeze some better days. Got me to pass the pay, fuck all the miles we lose when we trade. Yeah, do what I want all day, checking the boxes to make me self-made. This is no love song, I shit on you niggas for living your life wrong. Fuck up on me and you know that I'm gone. Increasing investments, my money is grown. Beef to the left like I do to her thong. This is a new life, ain't do this too long. Nah.
Yo. Here we go. Yo, let's start it off with my boy, your boy, everybody's boy, the young man going ham right now in the sport of boxing. That is none other than Big Bam Rodruiguez. Big Bam Rodruiguez. My man is putting in work. He's looking amazing out there. He wants to show people that he's a special fighter, and he's doing just that. Maestro, what is good, my guy? You already know, just getting started. But yeah, Big Bam, man. Big Bam changing the game, showing everybody else what boxing's about, what boxing's supposed to be about. It's not only about them dollars. It's about legacy, about becoming legendary, about leaving your mark on the sport, about fighting the best, defeating the best, about taking the biggest challenges, about becoming undisputed. Definitely. Maestro says shout out to the whole chat, and make sure you hit the like on entry. Yes, please do so. Hit that like, subscribe, show me love. Let's make it happen. But Big Bam Rodruiguez made I don't know how you say that. Sorungvisai. He knocked him out, bro. He knocked him out with a flurry of punches. It was a TKO. He was completely defeating Sorungvisai and breaking him down as the fight went on. He was landing on command, very precise punches. Sorungvisai did land a few punches here and there, but nothing that was significant. Bam Rodriguez kept on the move the entire time. Big Bam was moving nicely. He was hitting Sor Rungvisai with the angles. That hook was beautiful. He kept on doing the Lomachenko-esque moves, you know, little move to the side, coming, landing the straight down the pipe. Just looked amazing, very powerful. And when he had him weak, he read that he had him weak, and he went in there and he put in the work that he needed to put in order to stop him. Now, I think this answers a lot of questions, and this leaves a lot of other questions. Sor Rungvisai knocked out Chocolatito twice. That tells me that I think that Big Bam knocks out and beats Chocolatito. Easy. The way that he made Sor Rungvisai look, it was just crazy, man. There was a huge upgrade between the Cuadras fight and the Chocolatito fight. It's crazy. A huge come up in skill, in knowledge, in wisdom. He looked different out there. He looked really good, very confident. And he didn't stick around to get hit with big punches. Once he got hit with the first big punch, he learned a lot. He looked very well, very smart. His defense was on point. His power was on point. His punch selection was on point. The angles that he was giving Sor Rungvisai were on point. His gas tank was great. And he was the bigger fighter. And he showed it. He proved it. He's a younger fighter. And look, Chocolatito, that's food for him. I think Estrada is also looking like food for him. You know, people were talking about, oh, we should see Big Bam versus Naoya Inoue. But they're in completely different weight classes. I guess that is a fight that could happen. What is it, 118? But the guy still has work to do, I think, at 112, 115. Can't be moving so quickly. And Naoya Inoue is talking about moving up to 122 and potentially fighting Stephen Fulton, unless Stephen Fulton moves up to the next weight class. You know, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But those all sound like great fights. I just think that we're rushing a little bit. We're a little hype on the Big Bam train, and we're trying to get him into danger. You know, yes, eventually he could probably fight Naoya Inoue, but that's going up right now one weight class, which he just skipped to because he was at 108. So he skipped 112 and went to 115. We're asking for a lot. Let the man establish himself. I think at 115 is right now where he should be looking at 112. Lower than 112, I don't know. It's a big difference in weight and lots of belts in between, but Maestro and I were talking on Monday for Mano a Mano, and there's a lot of things that were said that make sense, which is that he should, Maestro saying that he should go to 108 pounds and he should grab a belt at 108 pounds and then move to 112, do the same, and then back to work at 115 pounds. That's a great plan of action as well, because, you know, for the weight hopping, belt collecting fanatics, it fills in that, or checks that box, fills in that cup. He'll be a champion, established champion already, because he's beat two good names for belts, Cuadras and Sor Rungvisai. So, yo, look, I think the kid looks great. His future looks amazing. He's going to continue developing. I think he beats Chocolatito and Estrada. But I think that's why people are looking to the future so hard right now. But you got to let the kid grow. Can't have him jump so quickly. Jump from barely having fought anybody 3 fights ago to Cuadras and now Sor Rungvisai. And now after that, you guys talking about him fighting Inoue, who's in a completely different weight class. Yeah, no. For Sor Rungvisai, what does Sor Rungvisai do from here? I don't know. He was inactive for a hell of a long time before the fight with Bam. So being that he was inactive, I don't know. Maybe he will go back to being inactive. Maybe he'll retire. Or maybe he'll become active now that COVID seems to be going away, and maybe he'll start fighting some other names or do some cherry pick, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. We shall see, but he has a lot of mileage on him. He got beat by a young man, just like Cuadras did. Shit, who knows? So maybe they should be looking towards retirement. But no, I'm not gonna tell anybody to retire. How old is Sorvang Vasai? Let's see. Let's check that out. Gotta Google that real quick. He's 35 years old, so he is a little on the older side. But who knows? Triple G is fighting at 40. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But for the other topic from last Saturday that I would like to speak about and get into is your boy, Akhmadaliev. That's not my boy. That's your boy. My boy is Stephen Fulton. Bam is overhyped. Cuadras and Rungvisai are over the hill. Says the GOAT Mario P. Well, then who would he fight to not be overhyped? If he beats Chocolatito, they're going to say Chocolatito's over the hill. If he beats Estrada, they're going to say Estrada's over the hill. At 112, he could fight Jere Martinez. And get a belt there. But what they going to say? Oh, nah, Chocolatito beat him. He's young, but he doesn't have the skill. Like, so you tell me who it is that Bam should fight in order to get recognition and to not be overhyped. I don't think he's overhyped. I think he looks good. I think he looks strong. His abilities, I think, are great. He's showing development from fight to fight. Showed us a lot more angles in this fight than he did in the last fight. His footwork is amazing. He showed his defense. He improved on his defense. Showed his in the ring IQ is better than before. He didn't stay there to get hit after he got caught the first time. He didn't stay in there trying to trade or anything. He kept up with the game plan the entire time, and his gas tank was great. I don't see how he's overhyped. I don't. But, you know, let me know who would he have to fight in order for him to get some recognition. All right. But here we go. Your boy Akhmadaliev versus my boy Stephen Fulton. The fight that has to happen for undisputed at 122 pounds. You know, a lot of people were hyping Akhmadaliev, speaking about his skill and how he's a real one, you know, how he's not a dude to be played with. And he did look good, you know. Look, he had a hurt arm this past weekend, this Saturday. He had a hurt arm. I think it was the left one. He was like moving it around and doing funny things or whatever. But his right hand was definitely working and was on point. I don't know. I guess there would have been the larger difference in the fight if his left hand wouldn't have been injured. But I am going to judge him off the last fight. He definitely got caught by some power shots. His defense didn't seem to be that amazing, and people could say, you know, offense is defense sometimes, and he didn't have the left hand, so he couldn't throw the jab like that to keep the guy off of him, and I guess that could play a part on why Akhmadaliev performed the way he did or didn't perform the way we expected him to, or I expected him to, as a dude who's supposed to face up against Stephen Fulton for undisputed, and dudes who have been talking smack to each other, Akhmadaliev and Fulton, that is. So, look, I would love to see that fight, but my opinion is Stephen Fulton destroys Akhmadaliev. I think Akhmadaliev will have a difficult time hitting Stephen Fulton. I think Akhmadaliev won't be able to hurt Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton seems to have a very strong chin. Look, Brandon Figueroa wasn't able to hurt Stephen Fulton. And I'm not sure that Akhmadaliev has more power than Stephen Fulton. So, and the way that Stephen Fulton destroyed Roman, nah, come on, look. Let's stop playing and let's put some respect on Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton is the man at 122. Cool boy Steph is that guy. He got the defense. seems to have good to moderate power. I'm not going to say he has some crazy power because it's not like we see him knocking dudes the fuck out. And even last fight against Roman in the later rounds where he did go in and try to impose his power and try to knock Roman out, he didn't. So, I'm not going to say he has the craziest power, but he does have some moderate power. You do see head snapping and going crazy when he does land them. So, and his jab is great. He does punch from angles. He could fight on the inside. He could fight on the outside. His footwork is also amazing. It's very hard to hit Cool Boy Steph, as you saw Roman having the craziest, most difficult time hitting him. Look, Akhmadaliev, I don't think he has anything in store for Cool Boy Steph. I hope if that fight does happen, he comes in 100% with no injuries, because if he comes in like he did against whatever his last opponent's name is, I'm not going to be disrespectful. Let me check that real quick. Ronnie Rios. Then, look, it's going to look terrible. Cool Boy Steph is going to definitely embarrass him in that case. Ugh. Shit. I don't think Cool Boy Steph, a.k.a. Stephen Fulton, will knock out Akhmadaliev, but I think he's going to convincingly beat him. I think it'll be like a one-sided fight. Akhmadaliev may have the people that think he won, like a lot of people thought Brandon Figueroa won. I didn't think I thought it was a landslide win for Stephen Fulton, that Brandon Figueroa fight. But, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and a lot of people thought that Brandon Figueroa won against Stephen Fulton. But nah, Stephen Fulton definitely won that fight. So a lot of people could definitely think that Akhmadaliev wins the fight with his abilities and his countering abilities and the punches that he throws. Although, look, it's going to be a convincing win. I'm telling you. It's going to be a convincing victory for Cool Boy Steph if and when that fight does happen. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And if anybody disagrees with me, please say so in the comments. Let's have that conversation. So let's put some respect on Big Bam. Let's put some respect on Cool Boy Steph. Let's sprinkle a little respect on Akhmadaliev, although Akhmadaliev, I think, will get washed up by your boy Cool Boy Steph. My man, Shoe Shine Boxing, what's good? Listening on his commute. Thank you for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you. You already know. Check out his podcast. Happens on Monday at the Shoe Shine Boxing Podcast. Him and Philly Drew Evo. All right. Now, a couple of other topics to touch up on. Jarrell Miller. I'm going to spend like 2 minutes on this. Jarrell, big steroid baby Miller, is eyeing a return on July 23rd. I don't think that anybody really cares. I don't think that there's really any excitement or hype for it. He spent a long time away from boxing, and he was using steroids when he was doing well in boxing. When he had the biggest opportunity of his career versus Anthony Joshua for the big bag, he fumbled it. They tossed him the big bag, and he said, dropped. He dropped the big bag. It is what it is. But in the comeback July 23rd, even if he does come back and let's say he does look great, he's probably going to look great against nobody. I have no idea what opponent they're looking at for him. Also, I don't really see anything that he's going to be able to do in the heavyweight division. Like, what's the route for him to become a champion? What's the route for him to success? I don't see it. Karma Serene, what's good? Yeah. But I don't really see the way. I don't see the route for Jarrell Big Baby Miller to ever become a champion if he even possesses the skills to become a champion. He's probably going to fight Cherry Pick on the 23rd. Then any of the top guys that he faces, I think, will beat him. Any of them. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. No one gives a fuck. Not one person says the GOAT, Mario P. Anthony Joshua washes him. Usyk washes him. Deontay Wilder watches him. Tyson Fury watches him. I think Joe Joyce watches him. I think Daniel Dubois watches him. Parker, Joe Parker washes him up. Dillian White washes him up. Keep going. Like, Povetkin could come out of retirement and probably wash him up. All right, let's move on. Let's move on from Jarrell Big Baby or Big Steroid Baby Miller. We don't care about him too much. Canelo says that Ryan Garcia is ungrateful. He says that he owes Eddie money, Eddie Reynoso, that is, owes Eddie Reynoso money, and that he won't beat Gervonta Davis. Shit. Canelo is either in his feelings or yeah, I think he is kind of in his feelings with all this. His personal stuff is personal. But, yo, damn, he's shooting bullets everywhere at Ryan Garcia. I mean, Ryan Garcia do be talking a little too much, and Canelo hasn't really said much about it. Neither has Eddie Reynoso said much about it forever. But I guess Ryan Garcia has just been too much in the public eye recently, talking smack, and here it goes. Canelo gave him a knockout punch. Team Batman Boxing says Ryan is a clown, un payaso, a bozo. That's correct. He's definitely behaving as a clown. I think he has a lot of skill, and I hope that one day he starts believing in himself and he puts that skill forward. But I don't think that he looks too good right now with the smack that he's been talking, the fights that he's been dodging, all of that. It just is what it is. Canelo loves him some Tank. Tank and Canelo both love each other. They both be hyping each other and blowing each other kisses on social media. Not exactly, but you know what I mean. Yo, it is what it is. Canelo shitted on Ryan, and Ryan probably earned that shitting with the smack he's been talking. Gave him a knockout blow. Ryan's fighting Fortuna. Canelo's fighting Triple G. Tank is fighting question mark. Hold on. The GOAT Mario P says, fuck Ryan, feed him to Raleigh. Yo, that's actually a good fight. That's when they sparred a couple times. It was actually back and forth, so who knows? Who knows? Ryan really been talking shit for years. Wake me up when he finally fights another live opponent. The to-go performance was awful. I completely agree. Ryan performed terrible. He didn't look good in that. It is what it is. Ryan Garcia is making himself look like a clown. I hope he does look good against Fortuna. I mean, I feel like he has to look good against Fortuna because Fortuna lost his last fight against why can't I remember his name? I'm terrible with names, yo. I'm gonna look it up right now. Here we go. Javier Fortuna lost his last fight versus Jojo Diaz. Jojo, there we go. He lost his last fight versus Jojo Diaz, and Jojo Diaz is an opponent that Ryan could have fought. You know, Ryan shouldn't even be fighting Fortuna. Ryan should be fighting Jojo Diaz. You know, why fight the guy that lost? Fight the guy that won. And then maybe you could try to fight Kambosos if Kambosos doesn't take the rematch, or get yourself in line for a big fight. But don't be talking shit from the side. Ryan Garcia is going to continue getting shitted on by Canelo if he keeps on talking. I hope he doesn't respond to it. Tim Gallegos says Canelo needs to focus his energy on training. He could lose to Triple G. Canelo seems to be very emotional right now. That's what I was saying earlier. He keeps on talking about it's personal. And then besides the it's personal stuff, he's over here talking shit to Ryan Garcia. Shit that he hadn't said before. He had a lot of time where he could have said this and taken these shots at Ryan Garcia, you know, and he's doing it now that he's gearing up for a fight. So I do think there's a lot of emotions involved. But yes, you are definitely right. He needs to focus his energy on training, and I don't think that he could lose to Triple G. Triple G seems focused, but I don't think that Canelo could lose to Triple G unless he goes in there mentally weak, and I don't know. I don't think he will. Right. Team Batman Boxing says, Ryan building up Cruz to be some kind of super fight in few years' time. No. Nah. Chill. I hope not. The Cruz, the Ryan Garcia versus Pitbull Cruz fight is outdating itself. Like, it's starting to be a who cares about it anymore, because Ryan should have been fighting people of a bigger caliber. What's Pitbull gonna do for Ryan's career? What big fight is it gonna line him up for? Because he's already been talking to Gervonta Davis and talking smack. So if that fight is gonna happen, they could probably set that fight right off the bat. If Ryan could fight Kambosos, he should. If he could fight Devin Haney, he should. Jojo Diaz, he should. But shouldn't be talking about these other dudes. Riley manhandled Ryan in sparring. If that's facts, Shoe Shine Boxing. Ryan definitely manhandled him in sparring. Riley definitely manhandled Ryan in sparring. He was definitely throwing him against the ropes and hitting him with some hard punches. Ryan wasn't getting destroyed either. He was handling himself too. But Riley was definitely getting his work in. Pitbull would bitch Ryan in 3 rounds. It will be brutal. Pitbull does move. It does come forward aggressive. It depends what Ryan's coming with, and depends if Ryan can hit Pitbull with something that can push him back. But look, Tank didn't really get Pitbull with something that would push him back, and Tank is a big puncher. He's a hard puncher, so who knows if Ryan will be able to do it. Tank actually hurt his hand on Pitbull's hard head, he said, the forehead or whatever it was, the top of his head. Yeah, I don't know what Ryan would do against Pitbull. Pitbull is definitely a tough opponent for Ryan. Ryan isn't fighting anyone anytime soon, in my opinion. I hope he does start getting to the point where he's thinking about fighting somebody. Yeah, I do hope he gets to the point where he's thinking about fighting somebody, because everybody's starting to get upset. It's gonna turn out to be another. Oh, here we go. It's gonna turn out to be another Zurdo Ramirez story. A guy who could have been great, that's gonna fight a shitload of truck drivers. So he has about 40 fights, and nobody's gonna care about him besides a specific few fans or few people. It's gonna be like a Jaime Munguia story. I'm gonna start blaming Golden Boy. For real. Ryan needs to retire. Damn. That's harsh as fuck. That is hella harsh. She said Ryan needs to retire. The guy is like, what, 22? How old is Ryan Garcia? Chill. What is it? What's he gonna do? Become a social media star? Chill. How old is he? He's 23 years old. Nah, he can't retire. What he has to do is grow mentally and start taking some challenges. Start really boxing. If he loses, he loses. So fucking what? You're a boxer. You're there to fight. Take the big challenges. That's it. You're not there for money or to keep a 0-loss record. You're there to fight and to try to win. So do that. And yes, Tim Gallegos, Zurdo sucks in my opinion, and so does Jaime Munguia, specifically because they don't fight anybody. Anyone can look great against nobodies. Anyone can look great against nobodies. I repeat, anyone can look great against nobodies. But put them in there against somebody and let's see how they look. After they prove themselves, I'll sprinkle some respect on their names. Until then, they get no respect from KO Kenny. Nope, not today. The GOAT Mario P. Ryan needs to be a movie star. He's chasing crumbs in boxing. He got hundreds of millions waiting for him in Hollywood. Eesh. I don't know. The same could have been said about Oscar De La Hoya, and look at him. He's a coke boy, baby. Coke boy. But all right, let's move on from Ryan Garcia and the smack Canelo was talking about him, which he deserves to have talked about him because of his behavior and the shit that he be saying that he shouldn't even be saying. Oscar claims Golden Boy is for sale. Like selling your house, you want to make sure it's unblemished for top dollar. That's a fact. Yeah, I like that analogy, Shoeshine Boxing. I like the way you put that. Yeah, man, he's polishing all his houses, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that all his fighters are polished and with zero losses. If he's trying to sell Golden Boy, ain't nobody buying that shit. And if somebody does buy it, it'll probably be another promotional company that'll combine it with their promotional company or some nonsense. And it will not be for the money that Oscar's looking for. Oscar's going to try to sell this like a diamond when he should be getting cubic zirconia money. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, nope. Golden Boy matchups are terrible. Yes, they are terrible. They're easy. Easy for their fighters. Like what we've seen in the last year or so from Golden Boy is terrible. And that's a fact. That's a super fact. Drink my water. H2O. It's hard to get off that cocoa. Hey, listen. He's in love with the cocoa. But all right. Here we go. Next topic of conversation is Canelo and Triple G3. We mentioned a few things about him earlier regarding how his training, how he needs to focus on training and move away from this emotional talk, move away from talking trash. Like, stop talking about Ryan Garcia right now. Stop saying how Triple G is a bad guy and all this stuff. Don't let any of that get into your head. Emotions can be good or bad for a fighter. It depends if that fighter is regularly used to dealing with emotions and controlling emotions, and if it's like calculated aggression type stuff. But if it's like just wild emotions and crazy nonsense, and it's like a fighter or a person that's not used to dealing with emotions, I haven't really seen Canelo ever be like this big trash talker dude that's emotional and upset. I've seen him sometimes after fight, you know, like, get the fuck out of here and motherfuckers and all this shit and payday and shit like that. But never seen him seem emotional to this point. It was like, he's a bad guy. I don't like him. I want to hurt him. I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to win by knockout. I want to hurt him. And then coming out talking nonsense about Ryan Garcia. I think he should focus on his training. I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to work hard to drop the pounds from 175 to 168. But his gas tank wasn't really there versus Bivol. I know the extra pounds play a factor, but even if, I think he should focus on his cardio and his gas tank. He should really start focus on throwing more punches. Yes, his power is gonna be there. You know, in the training videos that we see of Canelo, we usually see the same training: the throwing the uppercuts and switching sides and throwing the uppercuts on the water bag, and then you know, you'll see him throw a jab and straight or something. There's always like a big old water bag. He needs to start working on throwing more punches. He has a lot of power. Yes, to continue with the power, but not everything needs to be with power. Yes, Canelo's a veteran and he doesn't need any advice or wisdom or anything from me. I'm just stating my thoughts regarding his last fight and things that could possibly change, because he looked slow. He didn't throw as much punches. Yes, Bivol's reach and movement and boxing ability played a big factor, but even if, he looked slow, he looked tired. His gas tank wasn't there. He was gassed out. He's going down in weight. Can't let that happen. Going up and down in weight has never been proven to be a good thing. He needs to stay focused. Focus. Keep that emotional stuff away. Triple G, he's trying to play the mind game. He's out here calm, like trying to act calm, trying to not repeat the things he said, but he in my opinion, he seemed soft. That's a soft move to me. Not restating the nonsense and the trash that he was talking about Canelo before, to me, that's a soft move. If you said something behind somebody's back, or you said something to the media about something, and then you get like confronted about what you said, then you're like, no, I didn't say that, bro. Don't beat me up. Chill. I didn't say that. Stop. I didn't say that. Don't beat me up. I didn't say nothing about drugs or whatever, or just saying that you're focused on that fight that was what was said before. That's all nonsense to me. Like, that's soft to me. Admit what he should have admitted, what he did and what he said. And I think that would have gotten Canelo even more emotional and more upset. He would have gotten even more in Canelo's head. He ain't play it that way. Whatever. It is what it is. But he is trying to play the mind game. Who knows if that'll help him or not. Tim, you said that you think that Canelo could lose this fight. Why exactly, though? I don't really see anything in this fight that can happen where Canelo would potentially lose this fight against Triple G for undisputed at 168. I need some reasons, the GOAT. Mario P, I need some reasons, man. I need some reasons why. I don't see it. I just don't see it. It happened the first time. It happened the second time. And although some people believe that Triple G won the first fight, I don't think so. I think Canelo won all the fights, and I think he's going to win this third one as well. I don't see anything that Triple G can change to change the trajectory of this fight. I think his focus is the problem. I agree that he may not be fully focused on what he should be focused, but I don't think that is enough for him to lose that fight. Like, I don't think that him not being 100% focused, that him being a little emotional right now, I don't think that that's enough for him to lose the fight. I don't think that'll push him to lose the fight. Also, he hasn't been honest about losing to Bivol. Yeah, it is what it is. That's like that whole what's his name, Teofimo Lopez stuff, where Teofimo Lopez said he got set up and all that nonsense. You know, it is what it is. Kenny, rolling with the punch, says, Kenny, man, you're the only person I heard say that. I was thinking the same thing. Like, Triple G should get roasted for saying I have no problem. It's not personal. Canelo is over there talking shit. That's a fact. Look, I always keep it no cap and keep it real, and that's soft as hell from Triple G. It's just like on Mano a Mano earlier this week, I said that it's soft as hell from Canelo not to have taken the immediate rematch to Bivol, even though, as people say, there was potentially a high possibility that he would have lost that fight. Even if, you know, thinking like, you know, grande cojones, you know, like just thinking how I think. KO Kenny thoughts. I think he should have fought Bivol again, regardless of what the potential outcome is, and just train his hardest and go hard. And if he loses at 175, he loses. It's respectable. Instead, people are over here questioning whether he is ever going to fight Bivol again. But we shall see. We shall see. Mario P says, I'm trolling, LOL. But yeah, Canelo won both fights. Clearly, fairly competitive. But clear wins Triple G is going to get knocked the fuck out. Knocked out stiff, in my opinion. Look, I agree. Yeah. I think Triple G is going to get knocked out. The only thing is, we've never seen Triple G get knocked out or knocked down. Or, like, we've seen him kind of buzzed, but we've never seen Triple G buzzed for, like, chicken or noodle legs. I've never seen that. If you guys seen that, send me a video. I ain't never seen it. So, it's hard for me to think of, like, I mean, it is at a higher weight class than he's ever fought, I think, 168, right? But I just don't know if I see Canelo knocking him out at 168. I want to see it. That's my reason for watching that fight, honestly, because it was a good fight both times, and the world wants to see it, and it's going to be a high-selling fight, and they're going to make a hell of a lot of money for that fight. But I don't know if I want to see that fight again. I'd rather see Bivol again. It is what it is. That was a tough challenge for Canelo. That's the fight that I want to see. That I want to see him overcome that. That's what I watch boxing for. So, yeah, I think Canelo wins that fight. I think he's going to be able to jab faster. I think he's going to be able to hit the body and get in there with the hooks. I think he's going to push back Triple G at certain points. I think Triple G is also going to land a good amount of punches. I hope that Canelo don't, stick along the ropes and let Triple G let off his combinations. Canelo needs to move his feet a lot more, not be as flat-footed. I think that's what will help Canelo easily defeat Triple G. If he uses his feet more on a defensive end and not get caught along the ropes in order to not catch punishment to the body or anything from Triple G, so he stays fresh and he's able to let his combination and his punches go, keeps the gas tank going. I think that's the road to him knocking out Triple G. If he can knock out Triple G, like I said, we've never seen that. I want to see it. We've never seen it. I want to see it, not because I have anything against Triple G, but it'll just be something amazing to see. It'll be like another huge accomplishment for Canelo. Let's see. Triple G better go down or he might get turned into a vegetable. You can't take Canelo's punches often like 4 to 5 years ago. Not good for your health. Especially not those body shots. Them shits be vicious. He be throwing these savage body uppercuts where he puts like his whole goddamn shoulder, back, everything into it. Ooh, those look terrible. Those look painful. Triple G is still a savage. I thought he looked good in his last couple. His power is still insane. Triple G definitely looked good against Murata. He definitely looked good. His gas tank looked good. His punches looked very powerful. He was getting full extension on those punches, and he didn't look as like squared or boxed as in the Canelo fights. Maybe he's been working on some stuff behind the scenes on that long time off he took. But let's see. Will he be able to pull all that stuff off against Canelo? Let's see. I think Canelo gets the win. Maybe stops Triple G to the body, but Triple G still dangerous. I hope Canelo stops Triple G because that's what I'm watching this fight for. That is my reason for watching this fight. But will he get the stoppage? That's up in the air. What I do know, or what I do feel that I know, is that Canelo will win. Canelo will get the dubs. Rolling with the punches says, I seen the interview where Canelo said he wanted immediate rematch, but contract said otherwise. But Canelo said he's fighting Bivol next. That's his focus. I think he will and stop Bivol for real. He did say he's fighting Bivol next. We'll see. We'll see. I hope he does. We shall see. Because there was that contract talk about the immediate rematch before and it didn't happen. So since that one fell through, now I think about history and how history repeats itself, and since that situation didn't happen, now I'm questioning a little bit of Canelo's word, because up to this point, Canelo did everything Canelo said. This was the first time that Canelo didn't do something that he said, which was that he was going to take the immediate rematch to Bivol if he lost. Yes, the contract said that he had to fight Triple G in between. But it just feels like Canelo lied for the first time. So we'll see if he does take that rematch, because now he got that little bit of tarnishing next to his name because that lie that he just did. Canelo needs to use his legs like the first fight and put together longer combinations that's walking you down, loading up 2 power shots at a time will help Triple G use his jab and make it look close. Yes, that is kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, use the defense and definitely use different combinations of speed and power, not just the same little hook or the jab followed by the hook. Not 1 to 2 punches. Yes, throw more punches in them combinations. I agree. Yeah, def could fall through SMH. Good point. You can't just stand in front of a 40-year-old, make it hard on him and move. Yes, look. If there's one thing that should be a fact, that is that Canelo's gas tank should be better than Triple G's gas tank, just by age. And if they're both working out, let's just say they're both working out just as hard. They're both training just as hard, sparring just as hard. Then it's a given that Canelo's gas tank should be better for several reasons. First one being age. Second one being the inactivity of Triple G. Canelo's been fighting more consistently, meaning Canelo's been training more often than Triple G. Unless Triple G is just a monster and trains year-round, 24/7, never stops, which we don't know. That could be a case. But with these two facts, you would have to say that Canelo is most likely going to be in better shape and have a better gas tank. So use them legs, hit Triple G to the body, use a combination of speed and power, head, body, get some of those body hooks in early on, and use them legs and move out of the way of those punches. Use them more often. Stop. Don't get flat-footed so often in there. At least not till the later rounds. Do not get flat-footed until you see Triple G slowing down. I know he gets flat-footed to let the power go, but still. Let's see. Here we go. You can't. Oh, I already read that one. Canelo has to win his rematch with Bivol and dominate Triple G for his career to be legit. I mean, not exactly. I'm gonna disagree with that one, Tim. I think his career is already legit. I think that it stamps him as like a legend. Like, I think he already has a Hall of Fame career, hands down. I don't think him losing against Bivol or Mayweather like brings him down to a point where he doesn't have a legendary career. He's not an all-time great in boxing. You know, he's definitely in the conversation for one of the all-time greats in boxing. That's undeniable. It will make his career more legit, though, if he was to get the win against Bivol. I do think that he is going to beat Triple G. Rematch against Bivol, we going to have to see. But there's one thing that I will say, and that is that Canelo should never consider fighting Beterbiev. That's going to be bad. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. For Canelo's sake, don't do it. I said that. Don't do it, Canelo. Please. Please. Don't do it. Yes, sir. If Canelo beats Bivol, yep, I was just going to say that. Says he's a legend. Yeah, but what is he going to do after that? If he beats Bivol, there's only one place, and that's Beterbiev, and that's a bad situation. That's a place that he should not be going to. I mean, protected, I guess, up until maybe right before or up until after Mayweather, but then he started fighting a lot of great opposition, and he's been fighting for a long time. Like, we could go through his resume. Canelo has probably the best resume in active boxing right now, and I think that's undeniable. He'll be undeniable at that point if Canelo beats Bivol. If Canelo beats Bivol, mark my words, I guarantee this. If he beats Bivol, there's one thing that you're going to repeatedly hear all the time. And that is, he beat Bivol, but he never fought Beterbiev. If he retires after Bivol, that is. Which I don't see happening. He said he had a bunch of years left in boxing. It's like, but I don't think that. I think if he beats Bivol, I think he's probably going to consider going back down to 168 and staying there and fighting 168, maybe 160. I don't know if I ever see him going back down to 160. Maybe just stay at 168. But yeah, I don't know. And there go the police sirens. It's regular around here. I tell you, it's regular around my hood. Shit, Lara and Trout protected? Nah, those weren't protected. Those are real fights. Like, he has a hell of a resume. We don't even have to discuss that. I won't even go through his resume. His resume is undeniable. Canelo's resume is undeniable. But all right. You know what? Before I move on, what can Triple G do to win this fight? What Triple G can do to win this fight is use that jab. He has a great jab. Use that jab a whole lot, right? Keep it in Canelo's face. Try to stay as much out of range as possible. Try to keep Canelo away with that jab and try to stay long. Apply smart pressure. Don't come in here with that stupid mentality of Mexican style, or however he says it. Like, stop it. He's trying to bait Canelo in to fight him inside close and all this stuff. That's when he gets hurt. That's when Canelo lands big punches. That's when you see him like this. No, bro, like, stop that Mexican style mentality and stay long and try jabbing the whole shitload and coming back with body shots in between the jabs. Don't just go for head. Triple G doesn't hit body as much as he should. If he hits Canelo a little more in the body, that may actually get Canelo a little more tired and to bring his hands down a little more, which will then allow Triple G to come in with some powerful hooks and some powerful straights and that little curved from the top down punch that he be doing. Those are a few things that Triple G could do to have a better, different outcome in this fight. Will he do it? I don't know, because he continues talking about Mexican style fight. And that, I think that Mexican style fight thing plays disadvantage to him. I don't think that's an advantage to him. Canelo definitely has better defense than Triple G when kind of both just standing in the pocket flat-footed. Canelo has a whole bunch of body movements. Triple G just stands there with his hands up. No. The only thing that will satisfy critics is seeing you fail and lose. No accomplishments or risks you take will matter unless it comes with a loss. LOL. Look, fans are terrible. Fans are great and terrible all at the same time. Boxing fans are like, we're terrible. We want to see guys win, then we want to see them fight the hardest guy and potentially get beat up and win the fight where he was getting beat up. We just want to see our fighters go through craziness, but that is the sport of boxing. It's a combat sport. This is a sport of action, of blood, sweat, tears, punishment, knockouts, you know, getting up, stumbling, fumbling, all that other shit, concussions. That's what this sport is about. That's the excitement in the sport. So it is what it is. We are all crazy people. It is what it is. It is just, hey, I'm definitely biased when it comes to Canelo. Why? Why exactly, Tim? What has Canelo done to make you have a negative bias on him? Mario P, good point, says rolling with the punches. Actually, no, I don't hate him. We gotta make up your mind, man. I think Triple G gets stopped in 6 rounds, maybe 8. Beevil in 10. You getting a little carried away, a little ahead of yourself. Beevil in 10, maybe. Look, with the way that last fight went, we'd be crazy to bet Beevil getting knocked out. We would be insane. We'd be crazy if we did that. But Triple G in 8 or 10, yeah, I could see that. The thing is that Triple G has an ill chin. He has a strong ass chin. Trust me, I want to see a knockout in the fight. That's my reason for seeing this fight. I want to see a knockout. Whether it's Canelo getting knocked out or whether it's Triple G getting knocked out, I want to see a knockout. But the knockout is more likely, I think, more likely to come Canelo to Triple G. It's very hard for me to see a knockout in this fight at all because both of these guys have a super solid chin. Both of them can take a punch. For real, both of them can take a punch. So Tim says he thinks this is Mexican American heritage, the reason why he has a negative bias on Canelo. Mario P says, I'm not emotionally attached when watching sports, especially for fighters. Shit is almost gay. That means you're not a fanboy. There's a lot of fanboys in the sport of boxing that get upset when you talk about their boxers. But look, I'm a fan of the sport. I do have boxers that I like. If they lose, they lose. It is what it is. That's not going to make me dislike them. I'm still going to speak my facts. It is what it is. But all right. We've gone through what Canelo can do to win. We've gone through what Triple G can do to win. The trash Canelo was talking about Ryan Garcia. Let's move on. Let's move on to what I believe is going to be my last and final topic of the night. But we're going to see right now. So, the next topic is Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk. Tim says, I want to see the next Canelo, but from other countries like Cuba, the DR, Honduras, and other underrepresented countries. You know, yeah, man, and it seems like a lot of these other countries are starting to put more fighters into boxing, which is actually exciting. The sport of boxing is getting diversified. I just hope that the way boxing is currently organized changes. The hierarchy, the payment scale, how fights are set up, the whole management scale, that there being so many different channels and networks and so many different promoters and nonsense. They need to figure something out with it within boxing. But all right, here we go. Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk. The fight is coming from Saudi. Yo, I saw the press conference. Excuse me. I saw the press conference, and it was so different for me. Not to see any of the like U.S. press or just the regular faces that we see on the zone fights when they're announcing the fights and then where they're announcing the press conferences. It was just different for me. Also to see, I forgot what they're called, but yeah, since I forgot what they're called, I won't speak about it. Don't like to disrespect anybody or anything. But saw the press conference where Usyk looks like a killer. He looks like he's ready to go. He's barely saying words. His answers to the questions are extremely direct. The way he's staring down Anthony Joshua, it's like if Anthony Joshua was his son, right? And like Anthony Joshua came home from school and like was suspended or some shit. That's the look that Alexander Usyk had in his face. Like, I'm gonna whoop your ass, bro. I'm gonna beat you. Bro, Usyk was trying to intimidate Anthony Joshua, and I think it was working because when Usyk was talking, Anthony Joshua was kind of looking at him sideways a little bit, you know, not really making eye contact, but trying to look at the guy's demeanor and body language and shit. I hope that changing trainers and adding Robert Garcia to his camp. I hope that I think he took too long, but I do think that's a wise move. I hope that he's able to implement the stuff that Robert Garcia is going to teach him because, you know, boxing has a lot of muscle memory required in it, you know, with the movements. Boxing, yes, a lot of it is thinking as well, thinking on the move, thinking under action, under pressure. But a lot of it is muscle memory. It's gonna be difficult for Anthony Joshua to adjust, his muscle memory to not do what he's been doing with Rob McCracken for the last couple of fights or for most of his career, and change up his muscle memory to, you know, remember a lot more stuff regarding what Robert Garcia is teaching him and being the bigger man. And I saw some training videos where he's kind of training for a little inside fighting and using his weight to try to tire Usyk and throwing inside little body punches and hooks and shit like that. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. Robert Garcia is trying to get him to fight the fight like a bigger man. He's trying to get him to use his height, his weight, his muscle, his length, which is the smart thing that he should do. People are Rob. I don't remember who it was that I said that I heard saying that they think Anthony Joshua has a chance of winning this fight by knockout. It was somebody from AJ's camp. I don't know. I don't think I see that happening. Anthony Joshua is a hard puncher, but it's hard for me to see Usyk getting knocked out with all that movement. I didn't really see him get hit with anything super flush like that could have knocked him out. He always moves with the punches. So I don't know, and I don't even know if Anthony Joshua's fast enough to counter him at the right time to knock him out like that. I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that Anthony Joshua has the power. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that you having the power is one thing. Landing the punch is another thing. Usyk has outrageous defense. His footwork is amazing. The way he moves back and comes back in, throws his jab and throws punches and combinations and moves in and out and up and down. Bro, Usyk got some amazing body movement, some amazing footwork, and it all is so fluid, so smooth. It's hard to think that Anthony Joshua is going to learn so much in these next couple months to be able to outbox or just impose his strength and will so much to keep Usyk away and to knock him out. It's just like, yeah, he's huge. Anthony Joshua's huge, and he has a lot of power, for sure. Can they elevate his gas tank for him to be able to throw the amount of punches that he's going to need to throw? You know, can they get him fighting like the bigger fighter from both the outside and inside and not being afraid or second guessing himself? Because it seems these days, when watching Anthony Joshua fight, it seems like he's afraid to get hit. It seems like he's thinking now that everybody knows that he has a weak chin and is trying to knock him out, and he's second guessing himself. So now he's always trying to stay far, stay out the way, and never get hit. And obviously you should never get hit, but you should never get hit in a sense of where you're afraid to get hit. Like, your defense shouldn't be based on your fear of getting hit. Your defense should be based on your defense should be based on you trying to hit the other person. You trying to get out the way so you can come back and counter. You trying to, fight the fight smart, not fight the fight with fear. It's different. So, man, Anthony Joshua, I really like him as a fighter and as a person, but I don't know if he's going to be able to learn what he needs to learn to be able to beat Alexander Usyk, who is extremely skilled and has been polishing those skills that he has for so many years with Papachenko. So, and he's so serious too. He's coming from war. He's super focused. He ain't playing games. I think it's going to be potentially a repeat of the first fight, if not Anthony Joshua getting knocked out. The same way that I don't see any way that Triple G beats Canelo is the same way that I don't see any route for Anthony Joshua to beat Usyk. Yeah, okay, the knockout, maybe. He's going to have to keep his gas tank up and be able to throw a good amount of punches in combination with power without gassing out, and being able to move out the way after he throws those combinations in power, because after he throws his punches, Usyk is going to come back with punches unless he's hurt like that. And if Anthony Joshua doesn't have the legs or the gas tank to move his legs and move out the way, he's going to get hit with a whole bunch of punches. And we saw when the last fight ended that he was barely standing up. He was so winded that people were helping him stand up. They walked him over to the seat and sat him down on the seat in the corner. He was completely gassed out. He was done for. If that fight would have had one more round, Anthony Joshua could have gotten knocked the fuck out. And since they already fought once and Alexander Usyk knows exactly what to do and knows exactly what happened last fight, how the last fight ended, I think that there's only one possibility in this fight, and that is Alexander Usyk knocking out Anthony Joshua. That is the only way that I see it. Let me know if you disagree. But that is the only way that I see it. And yes, Alexander Usyk can definitely win by knockout. He needs to hit the body a little more. Definitely stay consistent with his jab and that punch that he was kind of throwing around the guard and up that kept on catching Anthony Joshua. That'd win him the fight. Just do exactly what he did the last fight. Just do a little more of it. That's it. But yeah, man, it's been a great no cap. That is definitely my last topic right there. I'm hot and hungry. It is super hot over here in New York. So I'm going to go get myself some food. And thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe and like the video. Share it to some friends. Thank you for joining me. Joshua might have to retire after this one. I don't. Nah. He just signed a contract for quite a few years, I think, for a hell of a lot of money. Even if he loses to Usyk, he has a hell of a lot of money to get in the sport of boxing and a hell of a lot of people that he could fight and beat that, you know, they aren't going to make him look as great as if he was to beat Usyk, but there would still be names on his resume that he could get paid for, you know, Joe Joyce's and people like that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Team Batman Boxing and Tim. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. But yeah, it is definitely time for me to get up out of here. Yeah, hit the like button. Subscribe if you don't already subscribe. Share the video. Let some friends know. Show me love. Help me grow. And let's make it happen, yo. You guys take care. Have a great night. And subscribe to KO Kenny. Oh, and go listen to All on the Table. All streaming platforms. That is my EP, 6 tracks. I worked hard on that. It's some good music. Lots of good lyrics, good vibes. Go check that out. You guys take care. Have a good night, man. Peace.